Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk about some July favorites. This is one of those videos that I always enjoy doing because I love sharing what has really been kind of rising to the top in my collection throughout the month. Let me start with a couple of products that are not really that new to my collection, but I have been using a lot because the temperature is so hot. It's 100 degrees plus every single day where I live, and I definitely am looking for coverage that's going to stay in place. Keep in mind, I have combo skin, I'm 50 years old, and I live where there's a dry heat. So that's how I can tell you these guys have been working for me. One of them is this. This is the Sarah Creel Face Flex, and it's both a concealer and a foundation. I'm wearing it today as both concealer and foundation, and I really like the way my face looks. I wear the lightest shade in 1.0. This I think is a really beautiful product, and I like that it doesn't actually accentuate any of the fine lines underneath my eyes. It doesn't really settle in there once I set it with powder, and it wears really well all day long. Something else that I've really been liking because it's a little bit lighter weight is this. This is from Chanel. This is the Le Beige Healthy Glow Foundation. This has been exactly what I have been looking for because I wear a very small amount of it, and then I blend it in with a damp beauty sponge. But you can see, like right here, it just dials down a little bit of the freckling I have on the back of my hand. It does the same thing on my face. You can see right where it ends, so it's right in this area here. But it looks really natural. It's a really great shade match. I wear the shade B10. This has been something that not only wears well, but as it starts to, in the heat, everything breaks down a little bit. My natural oils kind of come through. This doesn't completely fall apart on me. I like that. These two have really been holding up really well all month long as I've been reaching for them. All right, a powder that I've really been liking, and I like it both with a puff and I like it with a brush. It's the Givenchy pressed powder. This is the Prismaline pressed powder. I have the lightest one in Mousseline Pastel. I really like this powder. I'm wearing it today. What I like about it is it doesn't actually make any of the lines underneath my eyes look like deeper or drier or accentuate them in any way, shape, or form. My eyes look beautiful when I'm wearing this powder. I have been using this just targeted in my T-zone as well as all over the face. Today I'm wearing it everywhere, and I don't feel like I have a heavy veil of powder on my face. This is one of those products that has really been fantastic. All right, let me talk about something that is a bit of a surprise for me, and I don't know why I'm surprised that I've been enjoying it so much. I'm wearing it today. This is the Cozy Cafe in the light variation from Sydney Grace. I feel like I'm kind of reaching for smaller palettes these days, and to have something with this many shades that has 15 shades is a larger palette. I just don't find myself reaching for it. Also, some of these darker shades down and through here, especially this black one and this really deep kind of pewtery shade, I don't reach for as much, but I've been living in this top row and bringing in some of this and these two guys right here, and I really have been getting some very pretty looks from it. I always remember how much I love Sydney Grace. I feel like Sydney Grace does a beautiful job of making fantastic pressed eyeshadows. And I really have been liking this one. I picked it up during the Christmas and July sale, and I couldn't be more pleased. So recently I picked up a few new things from Sephora, and I feel like I've only been getting good stuff. I don't know how I've been avoiding stuff that really hasn't been that fantastic, because there have been, well, in later in the video, I'll tell you the one thing that I'm kind of like, I'm kind of sad about. But this right here from Laura Mercier, I can't tell you the last time I purchased anything from Laura Mercier. This right here is called the Bronze Color Infusion. I thought I was getting the lightest shade. This apparently is the medium shade. This is shade 30 Can. There's a 20, so if you like things that are a little bit rosier, but I'm wearing this today and I wear a pretty fair foundation shade and concealer shade. This is beautiful. I was thinking, do I take it back to Sephora and exchange it for the lighter, more rosy shade? And part of me is like, she's doing great. Why would I swap it out? One thing I like about this is that it's buildable. It's not instant, like too much color the first time you touch it in the pan. I really, really like that. It also blends beautifully. This is a beautiful matte bronzer that has two tones in it, one for kind of sculpting or contouring and the other just for warming things up. And I really feel like I did start out by using them each individually, but now I just take a brush and kind of swirl it in and apply. And I feel like I'm getting really beautiful results that way. This is one of those products that kind of makes me want to start taking a second look at Laura Mercier. I know that there's a lot of really great products through the line. I just haven't been that inspired to try them for a long time, but when I saw this, I was like, yeah, maybe it's time to reevaluate and see what Laura Mercier has to offer. Okay, the next thing that I picked up, and I was a little bit bummed about the packaging when I first got it, but since then, I just can't stop reaching for this. This is the new blush from Ilia. This is the Soft Focus Blurring Blush. I have the brightest shade in Pulse. Okay, I'm also wearing this today, and you would think that with this bright kind of corally neon shade, it would be a lot heavier on the cheeks. Now, can you build it? Yeah. But if you use a really thin, wispy brush, or really light hand and just blend, 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 pick up the smallest amount. This is stunning, even on fair skin. I have been really, really enjoying this bright coral shade. It's kind of the vibe that I've been in, where I've been wanting to wear kind of peachier and warm tones without getting too warm. This has been fantastic. Now, the one thing I don't like is that we don't have a mirror, and the packaging overall is a little plasticky, and it feels not quite drugstore, but it doesn't feel like it should be the price that I paid for it. Okay. The other thing that I do like, though, is that there's a sticker on the back that has the color on the inside. So if you have more than one of these, you would be able to tell by the outside packaging which one you're, looking through your stash looking for. I like that. I just feel like the packaging could be just a little bit more elevated, and it would be fantastic. But the formula, beautiful, beautiful. Another blush that I've been really enjoying is this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick. I have the shade Cherry Glow, and this is the most beautiful red blush. I love a red blush. I know a lot of times it can feel a little overwhelming on fair skin if you don't, but this one blends. Look at how beautiful it is. It's like just a little whisper of color. This works on top of a fully set face, even though this is a cream formula. I can take a synthetic brush, work it on the back of my hand, and then just start pouncing, and it doesn't disturb any of my foundation, any of my powder. It goes on beautifully. It is a little bit emollient and hydrating, so it feels really nice on the cheeks. And it really does help add that extra hydrated glow and look to the skin, hence the name. I just think this is a beautiful product. I know she's expensive. I think, $42? Yes, but I don't know that you need to have all of them. I think having like one shade that you would really, really love. And for me, it's this red shade in Cherry Glow. It's just stunning. And so many times in the past month and a half since I've had this, a lot of people have been mentioning, oh, your cheeks look beautiful. Oh, I love the way you did your cheeks today. It's this. This has been fantastic. All right, here is something that I fell in love with last summer, and I pulled out again, and I can't put it down, and it's from Chanel. This is one of their highlight sticks. This is the Balm Essential, and I have the shade Sculpting. Look how glowy and glassy it is, and that's the look that I have going on here. So I'll just take my fingers, rub it on top, and just boop, boop, boop. And it is the easiest thing. Now remember, I'm wearing a full face of powder. I have powder bronzer, I have the Givenchy powder on, I have powder blush on, and look how this doesn't disturb anything. You can just tap it right on the high points of the cheeks. This is stunning. Now, again, very expensive. I think it's like $48, but I like this so much. I have three shades. I know that's a little excessive. I was going to say obsessive, maybe even that too. It's a little over the top, but I love this product. This is one of those that always makes my skin look beautiful without looking too glittery, to glistening. It just looks healthy and fresh, and I love. Okay, a couple of eye products I have been in love with. This is one that's new to my collection. This is the Color Fix Sticks from Danessa Myricks. This is in the colorway 05. Let me swatch these for you. I'm wearing one of these today. I'm wearing the foil. This is the colorway number 5. It has a metallic shade and then the foiled shade. I have the foil shade just tapped right over the top of what I had going on from the Cozy Cafe because I wanted just a really intense sparkle. I love this. These feel like a cool water stick going on your eyes as you're applying it. It feels so fantastic. And just the reflection that you get from these is so beautiful. I think these are fantastic. Now, a lot of people, if you don't have one, you may wonder what's different about this from other eye crayons. First of all, the finish. The finish is fantastic. I never have problems with this flaking or creasing. And I'm still wearing this in 100+ degree weather. So my eyes stay exactly where I put them all day with this, and I love it. The other thing that I like about it is this magnetic component. So you can mix and match if you have more than one of these and you like one foil and one, or you want to have two foils or two metallics, or you want to mix things up and have a different duo. You can certainly do that with this. I really, really like the packaging for this. I think it's really, really lovely. But for me, it's just these really pretty, easy to wear shades. There's a lot of shades in the lineup that are more on the neutral side than I would expect. But it just makes it perfect for a little bling for every day where it doesn't look like I'm trying too hard or I'm going over the top. It's just a little subtle glitter just for me, and I love it. The other eye product I've been loving, I've had this for several months and I still just keep reaching for it. This is the Prada Lines eyeliner. I have the shade 02 Wood, and it's just the dark brown shade. It's fantastic. I am able to wear this in my upper waterline. I have this along my lash line. This is great. It glides in the best way. It doesn't catch on anything. Since my eyes are older and I have some texture there, sometimes as I'm lining my eyes, my lid will start to kind of gather and bunch up, and I can just, because it doesn't tug, I can just quickly do this, and other eyeliners will cause it to kind of bunch up. This doesn't. This just... Now, she's expensive. I'm not going to say she's not expensive, but what I love about this is that it doesn't actually break down. I have eyes that water. This one, especially my left eye, is like the worst offender. And when it waters, it doesn't break this down. I also find that this wears beautifully all day long in my upper waterline as well as above my lash line. This is probably one of my most reached for and trusted brown pencils that I've reached for in a long time. Really, really like. So the lip combo I'm wearing today has been something I've reached for so much this month. It's a Merit lip liner and the Sarah Creel gloss. I love both of these formulas. They're super easy. They build a beautiful, beautiful lip look. This liner here is so pretty. It's in Sportive, where it's kind of like a beautiful beigey nude, but it gives just enough definition. And this Sarah Creel lip gloss is, it's my new favorite. Let me just show you what this combo looks like together. So it's what I have on my lips right now. I love this gloss for a couple of reasons. First of all, texturally, it feels beautiful on the lips. It's super hydrating. It doesn't actually get really thick and goopy and sink into the corners. It doesn't string and pull. It doesn't do all the things that I hate from a lip gloss, like leave my vermilion border. I want you to stay within the confines of my lips. This one does it. And it's not because I'm wearing a lip liner. It's because this doesn't go places. Because I wear this on its own without a lip liner and it still stays within the confines of my lips, which is exactly what I'm looking for. I love that the bottle is glass. This little tube is so beautiful. And then another favorite part of this is how beautifully flexible the applicator is. And when you pull it out, you get just enough on the paddle. The doe foot is super soft. You don't have to keep going in to get more so that you can finally finish applying the product to your lips. Pulling it out once is just enough. Now, she's expensive. I think she's $40. 40, 42. Okay, I know. I know. If you're a lip gloss snob and you're looking for something that ticks all the boxes, the only thing that this doesn't have is a wide range of shades. I think there's like 6, maybe 8 shades. Now the shades are really pretty. I bought this one. I normally don't go for like this peachy shade here, although it works really well for me. I got it because its name is Shut Up. I loved it. This is the No Further Questions lip gloss, and its name of the color was Shut Up. And I was like, you are coming home with me today. So every time I reach for it, I feel a little sassy, but I like that it doesn't travel, that it stays on my lips for quite a long time, that it hydrates, that it feels good, that it works well with other things. I've really been enjoying it. All right, another lip product. I was going to say oil gloss. I think it's officially a lip oil, but it's this one here from Lancome. This is the Juicy Treat, or the Lippy Doll Juicy Treat. Okay. I love this. Absolutely love this. I have the shade Billion Dollar Berry. Looks like this. It is beautiful. It is glossy. I love the little scoop that we have to the applicator. This applicator is fantastic. It's so soft. It's so plush. It feels like a little kitten's paw. I know I've said that before, but there are so many other ones. There are like drugstore ones or lip oils in the mid price range where it feels like the hardest plastic with the scratchiest flocking on there. This is super soft. It's very flexible, so it kind of contours to your lip. So the applicator is beautiful, but this stays on my lips. This doesn't travel outside my vermilion border. This doesn't string and pull or settle into the corners. This is another really beautiful lip product. It comes, I think, in more shades than the Sarah Creel and is less expensive. This is somewhere in the 30s, 32, 36. But I feel like this is an absolutely lovely and elegant lip oil. It feels more like a gloss to me, but I think they're calling it a lip oil. All right, here's a lip oil. And I feel like that's all I've been reaching for is glossy lip oils or lip glosses. I haven't been wearing much actual lipstick this month, but I have really been liking the shade from Glossier. This is the shade Frosty. This is their new lip oil. It has a giant doe foot to it. And here it is. It's this really beautiful lilac-y shade. On my lips, it just looks like my lips, but slightly cooler, slightly milky and pink without being too heavy. I adore this. This is another one of those that texturally feels soft, is very hydrating on the lips, stays where you put it, doesn't travel outside the vermilion border. This one I think is in the $20 range. So this is the least expensive out of all of them. I think I started with the bougiest and the most expensive, and we're working our way down, but they're all really lovely. Now, out of all of these, the one I have been reaching for the most, Little Miss Sarah Creel, and I don't know, I feel like this month it was this one. Last month I couldn't put this down. I like that I'm still really enjoying this. And this lip oil from Glossier is one of those, for me, I think it's the shade. That's what really pulls me in. This frosty sort of icy lilac shade is so pretty. It looks like hardly anything on the back of the hand, but on the lips, it is absolutely stunning. I really, really like this. They have a blue, like a pale light blue, which I think would do something very similar to this. This at times can look like a cool pink with a little violet hint to it, but the blue one might make your lips look cooler with a slightly more neutral look overall, just toning down your natural lip color. I don't know. I really like these. I'm sure that the more traditional shades are lovely from Glossier, but I think the kind of lavender and maybe even the blue, which I don't have, but I kind of want to get, would be the more interesting shades to wear. Last favorite is a fragrance. I don't normally talk about fragrance. This is one that was sent to me in PR. This is from the brand Sniff. This is Creme Couture. I'm already down to here. I've had it for like 6 weeks. I'm plowing through this. There's something about this. This is supposed to smell like croissants and warm berries. I get the sort of bakery shop bread gourmand smell out of this. I don't always smell the berries, but I love the way this smells so much. I spray it on before I go to bed. Like, I'll wear it during the day. I'm like, can't smell it anymore. And then I'll climb in bed. I really, really love this fragrance. It doesn't last as long as some of my other fragrances, but I apply it with wild abandon. This is one of those that I can't stop reaching for. I reach for every day. In the summertime, I'll go between the Valentino Green Stravaganza. I'll wear something from the Maison Margiela replica line. I'll wear Flower Balm. I'll wear like a ton of different things. But since this has come into my home, I think there's only been one, maybe 2 days in the last 6 weeks that I haven't worn this. I am obsessed with this, and I really like the way it smells. So if you like those kind of gourmand, warm pastry sort of smells, you'd probably really like this. All right, let me tell you the one thing that kind of let me down this month. I'll have to throw a picture up for you here, but it is the Sephora Give Me More Nude Lip. Now, it's not that there's anything wrong with the set. I should have myself looked at the set and said, look, it's all glossy lip products, which I have been wearing nothing but this month. I've not really been wearing any lipsticks, but I feel like the products that I got, a lot of it is the fact that, you know, there were a lot of little teeny tiny samples. I can't believe I still can find this one. I don't think I've used it since I did that video. If you want to see the video of me trying on all of these, I'll link it for you in the eye here as well as the description box down below. But I used it for the video and I haven't touched it since. And I feel like having a bunch of little teeny tiny minis, sometimes it's a great way to try stuff. But what I'm really looking for is like the next great thing. And I don't know that I really found it. I feel like the Laneige lip balm here, this is a sugar glazed lip serum, is nice, but it doesn't kick my glossierbalm.com out of the running. This is nice, but it's not like my fave. I did also really like this lip PhD from House Labs, but it's not my fave. I think the one thing that I've used the most is the full-size Merit lip liner that came in there, and it came in the darkest shade that the line makes. This is in Capricorn. I really love this formula, but I haven't been pulling for this shade. Now, together, is it a nice set to try things? Sure. If you're not I hate to call myself a lip snob, but I have really specific criteria that only gets more and more specific and harder to tick all the boxes as I age, because my lips are changing. They're losing volume. The collagen is breaking down. I don't have a really firm vermilion border like I used to. And so many of these just kind of go everywhere. I had the same problem with this one. This one left my vermilion border. And so can I wear it around the house? Yes, but I'm not likely to throw it in my bag and take it with me. And because it's tinted, I'm not likely to wear this to bed because it is hydrating. I like that about it. It's a really pretty color. I just feel like I've not had a Sephora lip set have this many misses for me in a long time. I just don't find myself reaching for it, even though I've got this bevy of brand new products in my collection. And I think that says a lot more because I have been reaching for other things above and beyond some of the products that came in that set. Other favorites this month that aren't beauty favorites, it's kind of been a weird month. I didn't find a book that I loved. I've read a couple of books and they were okay, but they're not notable enough for me to go, you know what you should read? Same thing with TV shows. There have been a couple of interesting shows that I'm watching that are not new, that I'm watching for the first time. So there's nothing exciting that I can say, hey, you need to see this. I did go and see Superman. That was interesting. And I also went to go see F1, which I loved. I don't know that F1 is still in theaters. If it is, so worth your time. It's a great film. I really enjoyed it. And I am not a race car person. Not at all. I'm not a sports car of any sort person, but I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was very well done. I've been watching Superman since the 80s with Christopher Reeves. So every time they do a reboot, I always go and watch it. And I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was fun. But I don't know that there's anything that really was super exciting. I've been having fun hanging out with my family. There have been a ton of otter pops on the couch while we sit and giggle with my youngest and my husband. My oldest is away working for the summer. They're working at a summer camp and are having a good time. So when she calls and FaceTimes with us, we have a good time. But it's kind of a different, quieter summer because there's one less person in the house. But my youngest is learning to drive. So there is a lot of, going on drives in the evening after dinner just to get practice in. We're just hanging out and, hey, let's go get a coffee. Hey, let's go have breakfast. And we're doing different things like that. We're spending time together. But that's basically what July has been like. And I've been enjoying the family time. You might also have noticed that I am not uploading regularly Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll usually do 2 a week. And that's just because I'm trying to really capitalize on the time that I have with my family when everything kind of slows down a little bit in summertime. So thank you for understanding. Hey, thank you so much for watching today. Here's what I want to know: what your favorites were. They could be beauty related. They could be social things that you're doing. They could be a hobby that you really enjoy. It could be a show or a book that you love, a movie that you've seen, your favorite breakfast. I would love to hear what it is. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so, so much for making the time to watch today. It means so much to me. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.